Woo! What's going on, guys? Arms Form coming at you guys today again with another video. And today I'm going to be continuing my grading the Lions rosters by depth and positions. And today I will be doing the tight ends. Have a few tight ends on this roster as of right now. Starting off with TJ Hockenson, got Darren Fells, Alize Mack, Thedford, Wright, an undrafted free agent rookie, Jake Hausmann, another undrafted free agent rookie, Bryant, and Charlie Talmo Pio. That's a tough name. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I actually Googled his last name, how to say it, and I don't even think I'm saying it right still. It's a tough name. But I'm going to start off with Charlie Talmo Pio, 23 years old, 6'3", 240 pounds, out of Portland State Viking. Undrafted in 2020, fourth team already. Picked up by Dallas Cowboys, went to the Colts. After that, 49ers. Now he's with the Detroit Lions. His college stats are 117 catches, 1,876 yards, and 11 touchdowns. No NFL stats to talk about, guys. But this is a big kid, 6'3", about 240. Good size, not the biggest tight end out there, but he's decent size. Plays more like a wide receiver. Get up. Good athleticism, a chain mover, could be used maybe in the red zone. He's a guy that's been bounced around in the NFL though, so this guy could probably be a camp body in Detroit right now. Don't really know where he's going to stick. On to the next couple guys I'm going to talk about too. Is going to be really fast. Jake Hausmann, 6'4", 255 pounds, played at Ohio State. He's a Buckeye, blocking tight end. He was a blocking tight end. We picked him up as a UDFA this year as an undrafted free agent rookie. And he could be another camp body. Don't really know where he's going to fit. Then Brock Wright. Brock Wright's got a little bit of intrigue to him. 6'4", 255 pounds, out of Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. This is a guy that kind of intrigued me a little bit. He kind of had a down, I wouldn't say like a down college career, but maybe statistically he did. He came in as a four-star recruit. I think he was supposed to do a little bit more than he did at Notre Dame. He paired up with Cole Kmet, who got drafted by the Bears a couple years ago, a first-round tight end. And this guy was supposed to be the heir apparent to Cole Kmet, supposed to do some things with Cole Kmet, but never really caught on offensively. Has really good athleticism though, but just didn't catch on the offense at Notre Dame. And it's a guy that kind of intrigues me because he's got really good athletic ability, like I said. He's a good size. He can run. He can catch. But he was used more as an H-back, and he was used more as a blocking tight end, third stringer, special teamer. Just didn't really catch on at Notre Dame. He's gonna find it tough to latch on to an NFL team. That's for sure. But he does intrigue me a little. On to the next guy, Thedford, 6'6", 260 pounds, SMU Mustang. Went to Utah his senior year. Big, massive kid. Like I said, his size, 6'6", 260. Went to college to play defensive end. Didn't really acquire too many stats on the defensive side of the ball. Moved him to tight end his last couple of years in college. And became more of a blocking tight end. Literally, like he had like a couple catches in college. He didn't do a lot. Now, like I said, a blocking tight end. Could he be coming in here and maybe trying to latch on somewhere on the offensive line in Detroit? Maybe it's possible. I'm not sure. He was a really good blocking tight end in college. The Lions have done it before. They brought in Matt Nelson, who was a defensive end, who is now probably going to be probably the third string tackle on this team as of right now. It looks like he could be, but who knows? It's still kind of early. But could it be the same kind of thing for Thedford? Could he be the guy that comes in and maybe latches on somehow on the offensive line? It's to be. Who knows? Like, you know what I mean? It's we'll have to see what goes on with camp and preseason if this guy even makes it that far. But it's another guy that kind of intrigues me that can maybe switch over to offensive line, but who knows? Now, this is the next guy. This is a guy that I've always liked. Bryant, 6'2", 240 pounds, played at Washington Washington Husky in college. 85 catches, 1,394 yards, 16.4 yards per catch, 5 touchdowns in a 3-year college span in the Pac-12. His coming out party was 2019, where he had a really solid year. Then the Lions ended up taking him as an undrafted free agent the following year. Guy that he has 1 catch to his name in his NFL last year with Detroit for 44 yards, though undrafted. Now he's on the NFI list. That's the non-football injury list. He suffers injuries in college as well as the pros, concussions, hamstrings, just a few other injuries. He was literally cut from the Detroit Lions a few months back, cleared waivers, and picked back up by the Detroit Lions. Threw him right on that NFI list, that non-football injury list. Him being on this list means he won't count against the cap salary-wise, and he won't count against the roster. He goes right on this list. Now, he's probably going to be unavailable for the first 6 games of the 2021 season, if he even lasts that long. But this is kind of like, this doesn't happen a lot for guys getting picked up guys getting picked back up and then thrown on this NFI list. It doesn't really happen. It's way early to do this, but the Detroit Lions obviously feel that this kid, they're waiting on his injuries. I can't tell you what his injuries are. It must have something to do with his hamstring still, or he's just not fully recovered from a concussion. I don't really know, what his injuries are. But for a team to put a guy on their NFI list this early, like he was put on a while ago. Like I'm talking like he was put on a month or 2 ago. You know what I mean? That is extremely early for a team to do this. They must like the kid. And they must be waiting on his injury, or I think they would just not pick him back up, because I think they have the option of picking him up or just like releasing him after they cut him. No team picked him up. So his injury must have been terrible, because the kid has ability. When healthy, he's a chain mover. He's very athletic. He's got good, decent speed for a tight end, and pretty good hands. But he's suffered a lot of injuries, especially college, and then now the pros his first year. Barely even got on the field. You know what I mean? He was getting hurt in practice, going down constantly. And then, but the Lions thought he was good enough that they put him on this NFI list, and it's very early to do so. And they must be waiting on him. They must be hoping that this kid recovers somehow, and we can see what his future holds. But as of right now, he's on the non-football injury list. He's probably going to be the number 4 if they even carry 4 tight ends, which is pretty much, they don't. You know what I mean? But as of right now, he's on this list. So who knows what's going to go on with him. Now these next 3 guys are going to be the guys that I'm going to talk about that I think are going to be the 3 main guys probably for the 2021 season. The third guy being Alize Mack, 6'5", 247 pounds, out of Notre Dame. College numbers: 68 catches, 716 yards, 10.5 yards per catch, 4 touchdowns in 3 years at Notre Dame. 7th round draft pick by the New Orleans Saints in 2019. So he has some history going on with Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was the tight ends coach in New Orleans as well as the assistant head coach. So Dan Campbell knows this kid in and out. He's been with him for a couple years. They ended up picking him back up and putting him on Detroit. So Campbell must like this kid's ability. No stats as an NFL player. Big athletic tight end, receiving tight end. He's not going to wow you with his blocks or anything like that, but he's a receiving tight end, going to move the chains. Red zone guy. Probably will be the number 3 this year. And on to the number 2 guy, probably for this roster at tight end, is Darren Fells. Big boy, 6'7", 270 pounds, out of UC Irvine Anteaters. He was an Anteater, undrafted in 2013. Seahawks picked him up, went on to the Cardinals, did a 1-year stint in Detroit for 2017. And the Browns picked him up. Then he went to Houston. The Texans got him, then back to Detroit. Now this is a guy that came here because we had Josh Hill. But he ended up retiring all of a sudden for whatever reason. I think he didn't want to move his family or something like that to Detroit. I think his kids and his wife, I think it was a family decision. So that's whatever there. And we ended up picking up Darren Fells. This guy didn't even play football in college. Didn't play football in college. He was a basketball player. So he has 123 catches, 1,483 yards, 12.1 yards per catch, and 21 touchdowns as a pro. Very good blocker. Like I said, his size, 6'7", 270, almost used as an offensive tackle out there. Just like an O-lineman. So red zone guy, big body, most notably scored 11 touchdowns his last 2 years as a Houston Texan. So he was used pretty good in that Texans offense, and Deshaun Watson was looking for him in that red zone. So he's got that good ability right there. So that was, I thought, was a really nice pickup by Detroit, man, after Josh Hill left. So I think that was a really nice pickup. On to the number one guy. It's the man, the myth, the legend, TJ Hockenson, 6'5", 247 pounds, Iowa Hawkeye. Our first round pick, 2019, 8th overall. Made a Pro Bowl in his second year as a pro. He's got 99 catches to his name, 1,090 yards, and 11 yards per catch, 8 touchdowns. Got to get those touchdowns up. He's only scratched the surface, though. He's a great blocker. He does everything well as a tight end. He's a chain mover. He's going to get you first downs. He's going to block his butt off, and hopefully he can get in the end zone a little bit more this year. He had a down rookie year, but made the Pro Bowl last year, showed why he was a first-round pick. I think he's going to be a top 5 tight end in the future for the rest of his career for the Detroit Lions. I think he's like best friends with George Kittle, and George Kittle's one of the best tight ends in the league, and those guys work out together, and it's a good guy to learn off of is George Kittle. And I think the best is yet to come for TJ Hockenson. He's going to be used and abused this year too, especially with this weak wide receiver core that we have. TJ Hockenson is going to get his, man. Fantasy football, draft TJ Hockenson. I'll tell you right now. Try to get him on. You can draft him late, but he's one of the tight ends that you do want on your squad. I think he's going to be used a lot in this Lions offense. Now those are the guys right now that obviously it's going to get cut. They're not going to have all these guys on this roster, but your top 3 guys will be TJ Hockenson, Darren Fells, and Alize Mack to start off the season. Almost positive. Now, if they keep a 4th guy on that roster, I don't really know. It's not going to be Hunter Bryant, who I like a lot because he's on that NFI list. It could maybe. I'm going to guess. And say that's probably going to be Brock Wright. If they do keep someone, so I think he intrigues me a lot. I think he's really good. I think he could be good. You know what I mean? I think he wasn't maybe utilized properly in Notre Dame, or maybe he just didn't. He just couldn't get the grasp of the. I don't really know the whole story behind it. I tried to look. There's not really much to it. It's just something that just happened at Notre Dame. But he has a lot of athletic ability to him. He's he's good size. Got a good build on him. It's probably going to be either Wright or Hunter Thedford. But who knows? I don't really know what's going to go right now. Carrying 4 tight ends is kind of, I'm not sure if they will do that unless one of them plays outstanding special teams, and it could be Brock Wright. So that's why I kind of said Brock Wright as that 4th guy. But if I'm going to give this tight end unit a grade, I'm going to give it an A. It's a great 1-2 punch I think we have with Hockenson and Darren Fells. Can't go wrong right there. You got the veteran in Fells. He could be that red zone guy too as well. He's going to block. He's going to do all the good things that a football player is supposed to do. And he's another guy that is an example of hard work and dedication, going undrafted, carving out a nice long career in the NFL since 2013. So he's coming up on his 9th, 10th year very soon. So this is a guy that deserves a lot of respect. So I love Hockenson. I love Darren Fells, and I think Alize Mack could be a nice sneaky play for the Detroit Lions too, who could be like a nice little chain mover as well. So an A grade from your boy Mark Oram. That's what I'm giving this tight end unit, an A grade. So thanks for the video, guys. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right, hit the notification bell, get all my videos, and like and comment. It's all about the likes and the comments. I can get back to you. Negative, positive, let's go. Go Lions. Boom.